There is a very famous story by Leo Tolstoy. It is said that three mystics became very famous in old Russia. They became so famous that the eldest pastor there was jealous of three mystics because slowly people had stopped coming to the church. The crowd of people had completely disappeared from the church. Now all the people had started coming to those three mystics. The head pastor thought, "Who are these three who have become saint while I am there?" Because there is a custom in Christianity that unless the church recognizes a person, he cannot become a saint. The pastor became very worried because the popularity of the church was decreasing day by day among the people. One day it reached the limit. The pastor was sitting in the church for the whole day, but not a single person came to the church. The pastor's anger knew no bounds. He decided that he will not spare those three mystics today. Today, I will teach a lesson to all three of them. He dressed up in his entire pastor disguise, put on a gold crown, took a gold stick in his hand, which was the emblem of the head priest, and went on to meet the three of them. All three of them used to live on the other side of a big lake. The pastor reached across the lake in a boat. After walking a little further, he saw three men sitting under a big tree. All three of them were sitting cross-legged, quietly under that tree. The pastor reached him and said, "Are all three of you those famous saints because of which people have stopped coming to my church?" Those three said, "Saint? Oh no, for what are we saints? We do not deserve to be saints. People here keep saying that we are all three saints. I don't know who spread this false rumor. Many people come here every day thinking that we are saints. Every day we tell them not to come here. But the more we refuse, the more the crowd is increasing. We are troubled by this crowd. We don't like this crowd. We want to live in solitude. It is good that you have come. Now you save us from this crowd." Hearing this, the pastor delighted. He started thinking that these are very nice people. I will bother them a lot. Today I will teach them a lesson. The pastor asked, "But what do all three of you do?" They said, "Nothing. Just sit under this tree and keep praying to God." The pastor asked, "Where is the Bible?" All three of them bowed their heads. The pastor asked, "What happened?" They said, "Now what to tell you? All three of us are illiterate. We do not know how to read. What will we do even after keeping the Bible?" Hearing this, the pastor became even more happy, thinking that they are illiterate. Yet they have fooled so many people. "I will destroy them and insult them in front of the whole city." The pastor asked, "Then how do you pray? Do you remember the prayer?" Hearing this, all three of them bowed their heads again. The pastor asked, "What happened now? Why did you bow your head down again?" They said, "What to tell you? It is a great shame to tell you that we do not even know prayer." The pastor said in surprise, "What? Do you not even know the prayer?" The three of them shook their heads in no. The pastor said, "Then how do all three of you pray?" One of them said, "The prayer of your church is very long. As we are illiterate, we are not able to remember a word of the prayer, and then there is no point in reading it wrong. So after much thought, after a lot of calculation, we have created a prayer of our own." Hearing this, the pastor shouted loudly, "Have you made up your own prayer? Prayer is universal. It is written in the scriptures. It is thousands of years old. God himself had taught the prayer to Jesus. But you people made up your own prayers." Three of them said, "We have made a big mistake. Forgive us. We uneducated, poor people. We do not know anything. Now the prayer you will teach us, we will do the same prayer from today." We fall at your feet. We have made a big mistake. Forgive us and teach us your new prayer. But curiosity arose in the mind of the pastor. He thought, let's see what prayer they have made. The pastor said, first, you guys tell me your prayer. They said, no sir, there is no point in the prayer of we illiterate. Don't embarrass us anymore. You teach us your prayer. But the pastor did not agree. So, after repeated requests from the pastor, finally they agreed to tell their prayer. They said, we have thought a lot, but we did not understand any prayer. Then we remembered that in Christianity there are 3 forms of God. So we made our prayer on this. If you listen to our prayer, then you will laugh on us. After this, they became silent. The pastor said, oh, tell me, I will not laugh. They said, God has 3 forms. So we made a prayer and the prayer goes like this. We are 3. You even 3. Have mercy on us. Hearing this, that serious pastor started laughing. Pastor said, I have heard many prayers in my life, but never heard such prayer. He started thinking in his mind, they are very stupid people. Today I will make them aware of their level. They 3 will have to come to the church to me. All 3 of them said, you leave us, teach your prayer. We will do the same from today. The pastor began to teach them the prayer of the church. They said once more. The pastor recited again. They said once more. The pastor recited for the 3rd time. They said once more, lest we forget. The pastor recited again. They said one last time. The pastor said, don't panic. Sometimes come to church too. Slowly your life will start improving. If you come every day, you will also learn this prayer. They said, like your command. The pastor became very happy. He said, do not afraid. Come to church. I will forgive you and make people forgive you too. They said, thank you very much. You are a great person. The pastor thought, a mess is over. I brought these fools on the line. He started going back through his boat. The boat had just reached the middle of the lake. Suddenly, some people were shouting from behind. The pastor and the boatman looked back. Their eyes were torn apart. The 3 of them were calling out to the pastor running on the water of the lake. All 3 of them were running on the water as if someone was running on the ground. Seeing this, the golden rod from the pastor's hand fell on the boat. Only Jesus had performed this miracle till now. The 3 of them came running to the side of the boat and stood and said to the pastor, could you please teach us that prayer one more time? We are forgetting it. We are confused about how the prayer starts. Debate has started between all 3 of us. Now we should argue or pray. So please make us hear that prayer one more time. The pastor bowed down to them and started saying, forget everything that I have told you so far. Your prayer won and mine lost. Your prayer is the best. It is the best because it has been heard by the God. Now on, I will pray the same as yours. I have made a mistake that I have misunderstood your prayer, while the lack was in my faith. My faith was weak. My prayer was weak. So you forgive me. It will be a big favor. Those 3 mystics kept on saying that, you give us your prayer once more. But that pastor, silently bowing his head down, left from there. This story of Leo Tolstoy teaches us that it is not necessary that the prayer we pray is taken from the scriptures, or must be very ancient, or should be recognized by millions of people. If our prayer is true, if it is done from sincere heart, then it will be definitely be heard by God, even if it is a simple prayer of 2 words. From the story of those 3 mystics, we learn that no matter what we do, we should not do it for the purpose of showing off. Whenever we do any work, our whole soul should be immersed in that work. We should have complete dedication towards that work. If we are able to do every work with this engrossment, then our success in every work is certain. As happened with those three mystics, they offered their prayers with such devotion that they did not pray, but their soul did. And their prayer became so true that even God could not live without hearing their prayer.